Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Banao Bharat's Trading for Living Wednesday weekly as well as monthly expiry live session. Very eventful day, very significant day. Nifty for the year 2023 puts a new all-time high on the board. We all know Nifty's previous all-time high was 18,998 on futures, and today Nifty on futures has made a new high at 19,009. So for the calendar year 2023, Nifty's new high is a significant one because it will mean one more year of higher high and higher low. Today's high may not be significant in terms of today's trading levels or in terms of this week's expiry levels, or for that matter even for this month's expiry. These data points are not that very significant, but where it makes a significance is when you see a chart on the longer duration after many years. We can see that in the year 2023 Nifty had continued its upward journey. 2021, 2022 and 2023, 3 years also we are seeing higher high and higher lows. So this is a significant data point from the yearly perspective. So for all the long-term investors or traders, these data points definitely matter. But for that, based on these levels, our intraday activities will not differ just because we are at an all-time high, because today's data point we are just referring based on last 4 to 5 days of data points. Based on last 4 to 5 days of data points, we know, like today morning it has broken out with a gap up, and since morning it is all the way going higher. So all of these all-time highs are significant based on the time frame that you are trading and not for a very short duration. In fact, today even Sensex has created a new high above 64,000, currently trading at 63,835. Nifty has made a new high at around 19,011 on the spot and 19,009 on the futures. Bank Nifty just 20 points below the new all-time high that we saw in early June. 544 was the high. Today it has topped out at 44,520. Currently 44,239 on the spot and 44,270 on the spot we are seeing 44,270, and on the spot we are seeing, on the futures we are seeing 44,240. Always remember, the data points are very important, but in which time cycle is what we have to keep in mind. For intraday, this high is not significant. It is any other day based on intraday charts, because intraday we are seeing for the 4 to 5 days movement only. Based on that, we can say here there has been a gap up and it has started moving higher, and eventually it has taken out all-time high. But these kind of all-time high data points are significant and very critical for all the technical analysts. When they view the chart on a longer time cycle, they will see it has made a new high and it has started coming out, or it has taken a breakout and it has gone further higher. In fact, many a times we have seen, people discussing about how Japanese index has not made a new all-time high in last 40 years. It's been more than 40 years Japanese index Nikkei has not taken out the all-time high. but those data points become irrelevant, because if you are even doing a say for yearly analysis, you will at the most take 5 years of data. Anything before 5 years of data is of not much use even when you are trading on a yearly candles. So the point to be noted is, technical analysts, when you take 40 years data, it is for the decade. When somebody wants to take a trade or a investment decisions for a decade, then they will need a data for last 30 to 40 years. Otherwise, for a really long term traders or investors who work on yearly cycles, for them past 4 to 5 years of data is more than sufficient. So whatever the data points we get, highs and lows within that 5 year cycle, is what is our data points, and all other data points will just become for discussion purposes. But here our Nifty's and Sensex data points are significant, because we are taking out last year's high. It is as good as saying we are taken out yesterday's high based on intraday chart. On an intraday time frame, yesterday high becomes significant. On an intraday time frame, day before yesterday's high or low becomes significant. Similarly, on a yearly candles, yesterday's or last year's high becomes significant. The year before that high and lows become significant. That is how you have to view the chart as a technical analyst. So if you are interested in becoming technical analyst, these are the data points, is how you read the chart. There is a methodology to read the chart, and nobody really teaches the right methodology on how to read a chart. So other than that, today's action is all one sided. We are just seeing market is about to close, another 20 minutes to go. Today's expiry, yesterday itself the stage was set for a very solid expiry, and there was all indications yesterday itself, the way it closed on the high, that today we will be witnessing new all-time high as well as one touch towards 19,000, and very similarly it has panned out in a exact same fashion, but no surprises and no much of significance of this 19,000 level or the new all-time high level for intraday traders or a weekly trader or a monthly trader, but definitely these data points are important for yearly traders. So this is with respect to the all-time high and the new data points on the calendar year 2023. Coming to Bank Nifty opens at around 44,134, goes up to 44,520, just below 44,544, which is the new high that we are seeing for this year. 545 is when we saw this. On 8th of June. So what we need to notice is, all the three major indexes, Nifty, Bank Nifty and also Sensex, all three give new all-time high in the month of June 2023. So when you see a monthly candle, the June's candle will have a new all-time high dotted on the chart. For a trader who is working on 3 months charts or 6 months chart, June is a 6 months ending also. Generally, technical analysis is done based on 1 day chart, 1 week chart. 1 week, when we say, it is generally it is Monday to Friday, or 1 month. So beginning of the month till end of the month, or 1 year, January to December. Even though in India we follow the financial year as April to March, coming to technicals in the stock market, the technical analyst, when they are reading the chart on the yearly candle, they are reading not from April to March candles, they are reading from January to December candles. So these are some of the points that we need to keep in mind. Our financial year is April to March, but when it comes to chart reading on the yearly candles, it is generally January to December. So taking into account January to December, this is a 6 months cycle of Jan to June and another 6 months of cycle between July to December. So within the first half of the year, if you are splitting the year into two and if you are reviewing the year in 2 semesters, then we can say, like, the new high was posted within the first half of the year, and second half of the year we can rework based on the new data points that is available based on the first part of the year. So that is how you have to start reading the charts, so that you will start making better inferences out of the data points. Otherwise it is all just the candles, or it is all just the lines, or it is all just the data points, highs and lows, or close and open, or the volumes chart. So how do you really start reading these things slightly differently from others is what differentiates you in the market. So Bank Nifty currently trading at 44,265 and Nifty trading at 18,972 on the futures and 18,973 on the spot. Other than that, I don't have anything much for today's session. Just that time to celebrate as the country, because while the global markets are still reeling behind, we are progressing well, not only in terms of stock markets but also in terms of good GDP growth across all the sectors. India is growing, Indian economy is doing well. Yes, there are challenges, yes, there are lot of difficulties which the commoners as well as entrepreneurs are facing. In spite of all of these challenges, India is moving ahead, which is a very positive sign, and we all have to participate in this journey of India's growth story. So celebrate this 19,000, it's a significant level. Celebrate Sensex 64,000, it is a very significant level. And also start participating in large numbers in Indian equities, not just in the trading segment but also as a investor for playing the long term story of this country. Having said that, tomorrow is a holiday. Let us all reconvene once again on Friday morning and see how the day goes. Until then, Om Swasti.